up so that it
Yo.
doesn't cut off.
All right, let's start this shit. 3, 2, 1.
What a sad fucking thing. You have to switch to the data so that your Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi is
gets
dead
back
bad.
online.
All right, well, welcome all to this episode of the Speakeasy podcast. I'm Daryl.
I'm Phil.
I'm Sarah. Was good.
And we are back with another episode.
Finally, we landed the
2021. First episode 2021. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So hopefully this year is better than last year. Yay.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm
Yeah.
is fucking bullshit.
That was so enthusiastic.
On that note, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think makes a year bad? Like, what makes people say that an entire year is bad?
A virus that closes all the economy. That's one.
Hey, to be fair,
you can add that now that this happened. You can add that on the number one list of things not to
Right.
happen.
But there have been previous years that have been like black sheep years, you know?
That's true.
But to be fair though, 2020 is not that bad for me. 2020.
But honestly, after what happened in 2020, all the previous years, it's like nothing. It's like it was like really good times, memories. You know, so yo, remember the time we went outside? Like, what the fuck?
I think for me, I don't know if it's 2018 or 2019. No, 2018. I think. Oh, it's probably 2017. Actually, 2017 was probably the worst year I've ever had. Because it was the year that I was the least productive. So it was a year where I at least this year, I still got to work out during the summer. I still got to, plan projects, do a project, whatever. Last year as well. I think last year was one of my best years. 2018 was on the verge there, but 2017 was like, I was just fucking, I didn't do shit. During the summer, I was binging Friends. Like it was that bad. Like it was that level bad. I had
Friends.
I had time to watch 10 seasons of Friends and 7 seasons of How I Met Your Mother.
That can't be good.
Yeah, it's so bad.
What, Daryl? You went through 2? Oh my god, bro!
Well, I went through 2 big ass fucking.
Bro, you went through 2 of them.
I had time.
Summer, bro.
Yo, I almost had time for Seinfeld as well.
Please.
Damn, I would have taken my hat off and we lost a brother today.
Yeah.
So
down. 2017 was dead for me, man. I don't know what you guys. What do you guys consider a bad year? For me, it's just not being productive.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a bad year means, for most people, it just means a year where multiple things happen that they didn't like, or they personally felt slighted by.
What was your worst year?
Me?
Yeah.
Hard to say. You see, I think people in general tend to, as a cluster, consider years bad. Like, I feel like many people consider 2016 the worst year ever because of the American politics.
Okay.
Like, I think that was like a breaking point.
Yeah.
For people to start saying, why does politics suck now? But politics always sucked, or was always like this. It's just that people started like realizing or reacting to it differently.
Yeah, 2016 was fun though because they was looking for revenge. Summer 16. Hey, Summer 16.
So yeah, I don't have like a year I can pinpoint to as being my worst year.
But it's more often a period of years. Like it's like sometimes it's consecutive. It's like, I had like 2 consecutive bad years or 3 consecutive bad years.
Consecutive months of L's. Just
I guess the first.
It happens, man.
I guess 2017 was not great.
2017 is bad, right?
Just because I wasn't growing, or rather I wasn't going my own way. I was like following people.
Yeah.
And I guess I just let myself like take a back seat and just cruise, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I
wasn't like in the driver's seat. So I guess I don't like that year much looking back on it, but
But you know what? It's because of that year that you had the opportunity to sit back and look at the bigger picture. You can look at it that way. I wouldn't consider that a bad year, honestly. I would have considered it a stepping stone to a good year.
Right.
or a stepping stone to better years to come.
Fair enough. Yeah.
For me, 2017 was a shit year because I was focusing on the wrong things. I'm focusing on bitches instead of money.
Yo, that's not wrong, bro.
Give me the money.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Sometimes people confuse bad years with phases.
Yo, it's fucking retarded, bro. I look at myself.
It's a phase, man.
I look back at myself. I was like, yo, you dumb as fuck, man.
Because look, okay,
fuck out of here with that shit.
I'll tell you one thing that will convince you, though, that it wasn't such a bad time, man. I'm gonna say one thing. If you don't do it, who's gonna fuck them hoes, man?
Bro, I rather bro. I rather delete, abort the mission, bro. Abort the mission before. You know when you look back on a state of mind that you had back in, I don't know, and you go, yeah, no, the long-term repercussions was not worth it. Like the headaches and all the nonsense that did not fucking work. All of the mind games that you could have avoided. It was so. Granted, it made me wiser, but at the same time, I was kind of like, oh, yeah, for fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, like life would have been way like easier if that shit didn't happen.
Yeah, like if I hadn't had this fucking retarded experience, I would have probably had more time for more binge watching shows. You know what I'm
saying? but for real though, it's not just about that. It's about like seeing like all the negative stuff that happened in the year and considering that it made you more of a person that you were last year. You know, because like every single bad thing that happens in a year, you learn from it. And you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do that next year. Obviously. Yeah. So it's bound to happen. So I don't get why people say like, oh, like this year was the worst. You know what I'm saying? But like you come back, you're like, wait, didn't you just become better because you went through all that? You know what I'm saying? I don't see it as like such a bad thing.
You know, it's a fun thing though, because I was my 18th birthday. That's when I went fucking ham on alcohol, right? So I went fucking Jaeger bombs, Long Island iced tea out here. You know, sangria, all that shit. I fucking it was funny because like we went to Sol Chaco and then we went we went shisha. It was the first time I had shisha. First time I went to a bar because I was 18, so I couldn't go to bars regardless before. And then the first time I went to an Uber, I was like, yo, bro, we're ready, bro. It started 8:00. We started drinking, and we go after party at 2 a.m. We come back home at 5. Easy work, bro. At 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. I was already knocked the fuck out. I was like, now we out here, bro. I'm going home. Yo, I cut the night short real quick, man.
That's what you call a good night, man.
That's called night
success.
That's what I call it. Yeah, I'm in the toilet for about an hour and fucking trying to shoot this motherfucker out. Yeah, it's so bad.
But yeah. Right, man. It's those parties that make the year nice and memorable. Like it's those parties that you don't remember exactly what happened. That's the party, man. Those are the parties, man. Like you don't remember what's going on, bro.
I definitely remember this party. I definitely remembered everything.
Oh, if you rememred it, bro, come on. Like you didn't do enough.
My liver was about to die. Bro. I was like, nah, bro, we out here, bro. Yo, my liver
gotta take a water
bro.
break.
My man tapped out. But I think, yo, dude, I went to the bar at Peel Pub. And like people who know this story will start probably laughing because like it was my birthday, so like, yo, drinks on us. So they started. My friends would like just buy more drinks and stuff. And it's pictures of Long Island iced tea. Anyone who knows anything about bartending knows that Long Island iced tea is a recipe for disaster, regardless. Jaeger bombs as well. So we had 2 pictures, and I chugged that motherfucker. Like we downed that shit. So like already we were just like it was already a bad idea, and then like they ordered me water. But the thing is, the waitress gave me like a water like this, and the top it had no lid, but it had a straw in it. So naturally, I sipped from the straw and I tipped it over like this, and so the fucking water fell. Everyone thought I was drunk. I was like, bro, who the fuck puts a straw but no cap on top, bro? So I was mad wet. Everyone's dying laughing. Obviously, I'm just like, what the hell's going on?
Please tell me someone recorded that.
Nah, someone didn't record it. Thank God. But and then the whole time we were just walking downtown. I was staring at the windows. I was like, oh look, I'm so fat. I was fucking insecure the whole time. Oh look, I have a belly. And then we hit up Burger King, and I just let one rip in the bathroom drawer. And the worst part about it is the bathroom didn't have a fucking lock, so I had my foot. I doing one of these acrobatic shit. I had my foot on the door while I was puking, bro. Just some gymnastic shit going on. It was fucking hilarious.
Whoa.
My friend comes in, takes a piss. He's like, "Yo, you good?" He's like, "I'm good."
Yeah, you good. You're doing the split in the hall, bro.
Bro,
Oh man.
and then when I came home, bro, I was like, nah, I'm taking the shower. I'm going to fucking bed. Fuck this bullshit. Lucky enough,
man.
I don't know if you guys ever had a hangover in your life. A hangover.
Once.
You recently, innit?
Yeah, like 5-6 days ago.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
At a family dinner.
Stop.
Yeah.
Bro, you passed the limit at the worst time possible, bro. What are you doing?
Christmas
Living
Eve.
life on the edge.
Christmas Eve dinner with my family. And it, like, the people that know me know that I'm not a crazy partier, you know? Like, this doesn't happen to me ever.
Dude, the worst of all is at a family event, man. It was like it feels like a friend's party, like shit, bro. They'll go for it, bro. But like, come on, dude. Like you're surrounded with like family members, man. They
were passing
like,
the alcohol.
Shit, huh?
They were passing the alcohol.
Oh shit. There you go.
Basically his dad took him down.
Yeah, like took me out. He started with the wine. We had like some wine, and then we had some scotch.
I don't even know how much you said some.
I don't know.
We had some, bro.
We had like 3 glasses, I think.
Fucking hell, man.
I think we had 3 glasses each. Then we got scotch. And the scotch was terrible, by the way. And then we took out this Italian thing. It's like vodka. It's called grappa.
Oh.
And
you done fucked up.
That last one with the scotch finished me.
Yeah, you mixed.
Oh, and then there was champagne.
Oh, it's just to celebrate, just the icing on the cake.
Just to add some flavor.
The icing on the cake.
So
you can't have cake without whipped cream. There you go.
I hurled so much. The entire 25th, I was just recovering from that night
Jesus.
At the table drinking with my family.
Yeah, how was your Christmas, Basar? What'd you do? What did you guys do?
Well, we don't really celebrate Christmas back at our place. So the only thing we did, like me and my friends, on the day of, they were at their families, they're celebrating Christmas, right? So all we did was like they need to like quick excuse to like get out of like the awkward family dinner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like around like 7, 8-ish, we just went out and we chilled, you know, we had buzz, you know, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, we got chill vibes, bro. Hawaii vibes, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, bro.
Yeah, no.
That's what we did, man. But it was chill. And then they went back to their like to their family parties, like relaxed. Nice relax. You know, awkward moments all day long, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like we all good in this. We all good.
Yeah, me, we spread COVID.
What you guys do on New Year's? That's what I want to know. Like, what
New
you
Year's.
guys do on the 31st or the 1st? You gotta tell me all about it.
Well, 31st, I was sick on COVID, so I just went to sleep. Fuck it.
Oh man.
And there was no countdown too,
man.
so I was like, I'd fuck it.
Damn, man. Yo, you know what?
The first I woke up and I said, you know what? Fuck this bitch. We're in 2021.
Fuck it, man.
Goodbye, 2020. Then I woke up to
an Instagram post.
Yeah, so I had supper with my family and with my girlfriend, and then I spent the rest of the night just hanging out with my girlfriend. Very.
Speaking of your girlfriend, just curious question from you guys. So if you had a significant other, and then your friend were to ask your significant other out, because it did happen to Phil.
I know what you. That happened to me. Actually.
Or they're under the influence.
You may be surprised.
They're mad sober.
You may be surprised. That actually happened multiple times.
Yo, I'm not surprised at all, man.
I think Phil's got to start putting on boxing gloves.
I guess I gotta start working.
Yeah,
that's where like, yo,
too many dudes be messing with my girl, bro. Like,
really,
she's the dudes that respect.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, bro, the dude legit told you that your girlfriend was hot.
He like, so the individual in question messaged me late at night, and he's a friend, and he messages me at like 12 or 12:30 or something like that. And he starts telling me that he finds my girlfriend really cute.
Damn.
And he like describes her to me, and
damn,
it was very odd. And yeah,
was he attempting to step on your balls or something? Like, what was he?
I have no clue. I guess he was. I don't know. I'm trying to take it as like the
a compliment.
He's testing you.
I guess maybe he's just going to be honest to me. Maybe, I don't know. But
no, you never stop complimenting like your friend's girl. Well, is he out of his mind? Look, like, I'll say this. If it's something that he wanted to get out of his chest for the longest time, for example,
maybe,
and he just wanted to like let it slide under the door as a joke, and he like giggled it off. I mean, fine. It depends. It depends how close you consider him as your friend. It depends on you, Philip. Like,
right.
If it's someone that you just met through a friend, like you barely know him, it's just an acquaintance, I wouldn't let it slide. But if it was like
he's someone I know from.
If it was like someone that I know for years, and he said it like that just to like get under my skin or like watch me giggle about it or laugh, like it's okay, it has its limits, but like fine, he doesn't deserve to get killed for that, you know what I'm saying? But if it was a random person, like you best believe that his head will be stumped.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had to deal often with coworkers hitting on her at work, and she'd tell me about it, and often they would be like, without restraint, they were being rapey, like too much. Like,
yeah, that's a sus ass motherfuckers, man.
Yo, Philip shows up like, yo, what's up, man?
I almost got to the workplace once. I almost got to that point. Like beginning COVID, I almost had to go to a workplace once to confront this person, to tell them that it wasn't okay for them to not just hitting on my girlfriend, but they were actively being like, they were inappropriately touching her at work. Yeah.
Yo, that's fucked up.
So,
bro, hands shouldn't be broken.
Nothing was being done about it. I was considering going myself.
So what happened afterwards? Was it dealt with? Was he dealt with?
He was.
Man came in. Oh, dickhead, come here.
Bro, shut up. Shut up. But yo, how did you handle it? I'm curious.
Well, I was going to show up and have a very honest conversation with him about it. Tell him that that's not okay.
Yo, well, Miss Sarah will just come in, drop kick the guy out of nowhere.
Bro, I would even wait. Yo, there's no hello. There's no goodbye. The goodbye is gonna be written on my fist. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If the person actively knows that this person is already taken by someone else.
Oh yeah, he knew.
Bro, you should have killed him on the spot. I don't know why you didn't. I'll be honest.
My grandfather's a lawyer. I'll get out in 2 weeks. Fuck you guys.
Bro, there's no harm into asking a girl out. There's no harm to it.
Right.
As long as you don't know that she's in a relationship, and especially if it's someone that you know, like bro, the dude is dating this chick. Why are you talking to her, bro? Like it's one of those like the things that you shouldn't do.
Yeah,
out of respect. Just out of respect for the people around you.
He knew very much, and he just didn't care. Was the truth. But
man, you got to show him who's boss. Then
but I've never. I didn't have to go in person in the end, and it was during COVID. So, and she works in like a kind of a hospital-like place. So I wasn't allowed entering on grounds anyways.
What is your business here? I'm gonna fuck someone up real quick.
She works at a clinic or something, a hospital.
It's a intermediate resource for elderly.
It's like a
okay. It's like a sort of a clinic, but for old people.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So, and she takes care of the people there, and
are the people like hitting on your girl 95, bro?
Yo, hey,
yes, but those ones get to live.
Those ones won't be living any time longer, bro.
Philip would say like, "Yo, bro, you don't understand. They're 95. I can't just one punch and like I take their head off, bro."
Yo, like,
I don't need to do it. Time will do its work.
Time will do it.
It's like, yo, what? Why would I fuck someone? He's dead next week.
Yes.
That's fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. That's fucked up. Okay. Edit that out, bro. That's fucked up.
Oh my god.
No. Only jokes, but this person was dealt with in the sense that they've not acted up since they've been addressed by the people in charge. So I swept that under the rug, but if I hear anything happens, then I will consider confronting the person.
But I have a question for both of you. Well, since Misara, you're very adamant about like how protective you are towards your significant other. What do you think about the idea of like the possession of a significant other?
Being possessive?
Yeah, being possessive.
No, because the thing is, like, it's not a question of being possessive. I don't really believe in that. I believe everyone has like they think their own way. They can do whatever they want. They're conscious enough and they're grown enough to make their own decisions. So I don't really need to interfere with that much. It really depends how like. If you're really dating a dummy, let's just for say, like example, like you're really dating, like she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like so you're forced to take.
She's dumb.
you're forced to take those extra steps to make sure that she's okay. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, that's
not the case. Which is normally that's not the case, and I don't think that you should possess someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the significant other could walk at any time. If they choose to walk, they walk.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like once they walk the walk, they can't come back. You know. That's why, like, when you decide to walk, you got to think about it. Like, But to answer like Daryl's question, I don't really agree with people saying, "Oh, you mine and shit." You know.
Right.
Well, how about towards say your sister or say in the future your daughter or son?
Totally different story.
Okay.
Totally different story. If it was like sibling, family related stuff, I will fight to the teeth to protect them at any cost. Yeah, but if it was like significant other, it's a bit different.
But the thing is, say if like your sister's going through something, like say there's like a problem between your sister and I don't know her significant other or whatever, and like you interfere, right? You could possibly make it worse for her in terms of like the relationship between them instead of like letting them hash it out. So like granted, if it's violence, then fuck it. Then that's a whole different story. I'm talking about like in sort of say your her significant other does something like say cheats or I don't know, fucking, does something fucked up that hurts your feelings. Like how would you approach that? Because seeing as if you were to like come in between, it could possibly make it worse and make it more of a hostile situation when it doesn't have to be.
Honestly, the only thing that I would do in that sort of scenario, it doesn't matter who's at fault here. The most important thing is the protection of my sibling, like protection. Yeah. Any harm that could ever be targeted towards my sibling or whoever, like family related member, that's not gonna happen. As long as I'm like conscious, still alive, and able to protect them. It doesn't matter. Like for me, it's very simple. Don't lay hands on her. You can say like whatever you want, whatever. Well, not say whatever you want, obviously, but like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Aside from violence, that's a whole different story.
Exactly. If it comes to that, like as you said, then for sure, like all hell breaks loose, and I'm going to interfere for sure. And for sure, also, of course. What about you, Philip?
I agree with most of what you said about how there's also like a limit between verbal and physical violence of all kinds. Though to a certain extent, answering with like a verbal assault with a verbal defense is viable in a sense. Like if I had a sibling and they were being I don't know, doxxed, or they were being bullied in a very direct way by someone, but not in a physical manner, because nowadays bullying is
it's like cyberbullying and all that shit.
more and
It's like
more like
indirect. It's all
Yeah.
indirect. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like
If I were the older sibling and I would realize, or at least think, that I'm the only person who can like remedy the situation in any way, because if there's any other situation, like any other way to circumvent this, I would resort to like the authorities, whoever the authorities involved. Like, is it the school? Is it, I don't know, but try to handle it through the authorities. But I know from experience that often the authorities can only do so much, or they only are willing to go so far with provided proof, right? And you as an individual know more. I think there's a certain amount of like taking matters into your own hands if it's just defending your sibling, you know.
Would you treat your sibling or your kids, for example, differently depending on their gender?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Actually, I retract. In the world we live in, sadly, yes, but it's not a good thing.
Yeah,
do
go
you
ahead.
go first, or,
Go ahead, keep going.
sadly, in the world we live in, women are more threatened by the outside world, by people, mostly men, but not exclusively. And so sadly, if I was a father and I had a daughter, I would highly, highly suggest she take self-defense courses, and that she has like she takes precautions in case she's being followed by someone, in case this, like, have her prepared, you know. And of course I would probably think about it more because the risk is higher. And not because she's a girl, but because of how the world treats girls, you know. So one thing to make sure is, I would make sure that she knows it's not her fault. It's not because she's weak. It's because the world is more cruel towards her.
And you're doing a responsibility to make sure that she's okay in a world like this. And that's part of the responsibility of a parent, regardless of however the world is shaped.
I'm the one who's supposed to take care of her. So
exactly. The role as a parent is to prepare the next generation, or the kids that you're going to have in the future, make them prepare for the world. You know, you have to, before you leave them, before they become adults and being responsible, you have to prepare them for what the world is. Obviously it's sad that, you know, we have thieves and we have people that have malintentions and stuff. It's the world that we live in currently, and we have to prepare our kids to face that, especially with where you mentioned before, like you could teach, or you can like enroll your kids into martial arts to be able to help them fend for themselves and defend themselves if they're ever cornered in some point of time in their life. And I think it's a good thing. No, it's a very good thing. You're just being more prepared.
I agree with both. The thing is, it's say you have both a daughter and a son, right?
Yeah.
And so the question was more towards whether or not you would say you enroll your daughter in martial arts. Would you do the same for your son?
Of course, both.
So so then ultimately you would treat him the same then.
Yeah, if possible. Yeah, but if possible, but keep them aware of the social context they're in.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, ultimately, like,
have to know that she's going to be aimed at more than the boy. So sure, if it was like, do I enlist one or both in martial arts? Why not both, right? A skill that is universal. It's just that the girl absolutely needs it. The boy, it's an add-on, so why not? But
Okay.
the girl, it's like I'll have
So-
to be more adamant about her needing the.
So you see it more as a necessity for the girl and as an advantage for the boy.
Yeah,
But you're not gonna start buying like Barbie dolls for your son. You know, there's always a difference in how you can bring up your son or your daughter. There's always a difference. And sometimes, even if we don't want to have this sort of bringing up the kids differently, we subconsciously do it because, like, for example, you have your daughter like right in front of you, and she wants to go play with the boys, soccer, or whatever, in like in the park.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not gonna let her go play because she could get hurt. Like the kids play rough, you know.
Mm.
If ever you think that way, but obviously it doesn't mean that you don't let her play soccer. That's not what I meant. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that you need to bring her up in a way she can't just get mixed in with the wrong crowd or the wrong side of the coin. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
At the wrong moment. Whereas if you compare that to your son, you wouldn't have to worry about him because he sort of has this natural instinct to be amongst the rest of the boys, you know?
Well,
'Cause
however,
it's generally built in with them.
but the thing is that's more subjugating to the point of view that the guys are the only ones that could be aggressors, which
right.
is not
Yeah, you're
always true.
forgetting that there are female aggressors, and
But
also
in reality, in most cases, I think we can all agree that boys are more aggressive than girls. In most
That
cases,
depends though. That depends though because
that's because of societal like stereotypes that are reinforced. That's because we live in that world. But rather, instead of telling the girl that she can't go play soccer because the boys are playing, you tell the boys, "Hey, don't fuck around with my daughter. Like, don't hurt her. She wants to
I
play."
wouldn't take the risk, honestly, because like, at the end of the day, it's your kid. Whatever happens is just responsibility. So I think playing the safe card sometimes, not all the time, but it would be wiser to play the safe card in some situations.
because the thing is, the way that because girls and boys, granted, they're both aggressive, but in completely different ways. In terms of like girls are more, in a way, calculating, whereas guys are straightforward. So when you say a guy's aggressive, it's like, oh, I'll push you around and do rough physically. But
Yeah.
girls, because they're more sort of, they mature earlier, they're more sort of calculating and more sort of like, it's a passive aggressive type thing. So like when you see, for example, girls bullying girls versus guys bullying guys, girls bully the way girls bully is psychological, and so that shit lasts really fucking long. And that's why most girls, whenever they get bullied, they're in like depression, and it always hurts them, and it always, like, the point is
It's
to
more
humiliate them.
long-term damage.
Yeah, it's to humiliate them, whereas the guy is like, oh, I'm showing you who's boss. I'm
But this is
superior.
only referring to children, because I think the older you get, the more there's all sorts of things that can.
Well, that's well, obviously, because the older you get, the wiser you are as well.
As older they get, you sort of like have this sort of like release, like, okay, they'll be fine. You know, that I don't have to keep an eye on them 24/7 on the clock because they're like 2-3-year-olds. No, you know, they're grown enough. They're able to handle themselves regardless of gender.
But I would
hit at some point they could fend for themselves.
I don't know. For me, the way I would raise both is the same. Is I'll be cautious with both, regardless of their gender.
Exactly.
Because for me, even like a guy could be completely manipulated by a guy or a girl, regardless.
Yeah.
Like the same way your daughter could be manipulated by a guy or girl. Granted, the repercussions may be different, but ultimately it's still because like a guy could get raped as well. A guy could depend, just because the dude is like is small or big, it doesn't really matter. It's more sort of like if there's 5 people jumping your ass, you're gonna get your ass handed to you regardless of what fucking gender you are.
Regardless.
So
and if there's a power dynamic,
I think I would treat like my sorry, without cutting off, but I think I would treat like my son, my daughter differently, because I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want the risk for them to go through something that's going to cause them harm psychologically or physically because I decided to raise them the same. Because if I raise them the same, they won't know they won't know how to act like when they're amongst their friends that are boys or their friends that are girls. They'll be confused
Right.
because unfortunately in today's society, like parents raise their son in a way and they raise their daughter in a way so that they can conform with the
Right.
rest of the crowd more easily, right? And it's sad, obviously. Like I agree with Philip, it's not really the right thing to do, but it's the best thing to do for them now, especially nowadays. Because if you want to take a risk and like raising them both the same, you could very much succeed, but they could have this sort of like effect on the people around them, and it might not be very good for them on the long term.
I think that like in between of your opinion, Nasara, and Daryl's, I feel like you can both take into account how the world is, inform your kids on this, yet still treat them without bias. You
Mm.
know, like treat them both as the same kind of human beings. Just inform the one that is female that there
A
is
possibility of a higher
a
risk.
bias towards her being victimized
Mm.
and assaulted, or like there is more. It's more impending that she uh takes measures to be protected,
Yeah.
but you don't have to, or you should not have to code a boy as a boy or a girl as a girl if they don't wish to. You code them as they want to be themselves. They're individuals. You just warn them of what is out there. You know.
Yeah, of course you don't force them. Obviously,
Yeah.
you avoid forcing them anything.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the early stages of them like growing up and
Yeah.
finding themselves and finding who they are in the world. Especially in that period, you shouldn't force them anything. You should let them discover things on their own, and it helps them learn at the same time while
Yeah.
they're going through those crucial steps in life. But to rephrase what I meant is not because I believe that they should be treated differently just because of gender. It's not really what I meant. I'm saying that we should do that because of the current circumstances that we live in today.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if we lived in like a perfect world, which obviously we're not, but like if we lived in a perfect world, then for sure, like we'll treat them the same. They'll grow up and be fantastic people in life, right?
Right.
But unfortunately, you have to put on these add-ons in their education so that you make sure that they don't morph into something that's gonna hurt them in the long term, like in their future lives. Because you don't want them to suffer. At the end of the day, you're their parent. Obviously, you're gonna do like what's important and what's the best for them. And
Yeah.
even if it's technically and morally the wrong thing, it's what's going to be the best for them. Then I'll do it regardless.
Regarding discipline, though, would you treat them the same way? For like, so example, like if they do, if your son does something stupid like steals, versus if your daughter does the same thing like steals or does graffiti, how would you treat them? Would you treat them the same way? Would you
Same.
discipline them the same way, or we would be sort of more, you're more reluctant to do so with the girl, or more reluctant to do so with the guy because you're more favoritism towards your own?
No.
If you put in like, would you ever like punish? Like it depends the severity of like the
No,
punishment.
so
It
I'm saying
depends how
if
you punish.
if they did the same thing, say they both stole something.
Yeah, I'd punish him the same
Yeah.
Okay.
if that's the case. Yeah.
If you start punishing them differently, you're teaching them something. You're
Yeah.
teaching them that they can get away with, one of the
Yeah,
two
that's
can get away with things the other can't.
Yeah.
And it starts creating a power dynamic between them, not just between them and the world, but the siblings themselves will not view themselves the same. They won't be on the same level. And that's terrible for them.
Yeah.
what's funny though. I found, because like I used to babysit before, and there's a lot of people I know that when they raise their kids, it's very sort of free in terms of like it's they're just kids, they'll learn
Yeah.
eventually. But like for me, like that sort of argument, sort of like it's not a good one, because you're the one who's going to teach them if you're
Who
not the
will?
one.
Yeah.
You're their parent.
Yeah, it's going to teach them if you're not the one.
Sentence that exactly encapsulate this, for specifically for boys. There's this thing called "boys will be boys" that a lot of
Yeah.
people,
Mhm.
and it's an excuse to not have to deal with your son doing something stupid, not having to educate them and like tell them what they're doing is wrong. Just let them do.
It's kind of lazy in a way.
Yeah, terribly. It's cowardly actually, because
it's lazy.
Of course, they end up thinking that they're better than everyone. Of course, like they don't respect women for this specific case. You know, like you're showing them that there won't be any retribution, there won't be any consequences when they act shitty towards other people, be it other men or other women. You know.
Man, that's why people are such assholes nowadays, man. Because nobody told them. Because nobody told them nothing. Yeah, exactly. That's
the worst part.
That's part of the problem. Philip's right on that one. It's because of that.
The worst part is because not only that this affects their behavior in terms of like how do you interact with other people, but also their discipline. As in, like they often blame everyone else for their failures, and so ultimately it just sort of like cycles down to like, well, you know, if you don't want to fucking learn, if you don't want to listen to
it was never for them to change. You know, they were never told you have to change how you're acting towards those people because that's not healthy. It's not good.
Yeah, and it's sort of encouraging people to be like, you know, it's okay to be an asshole, and it's okay. It's the world's fault. Don't worry about it. It's like, bro,
it's not. You don't have to deal with that. They deal with what you just done to them.
Like my philosophy is that like individual, if every single individual were to fix themselves, then ultimately as a collective would be better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Obviously, yeah.
Instead, it's like so everyone's like, oh, we should focus on the collective. It's like, no, focus on yourself first. What forms a collective?
What's going on at home is ultimately what is brought out outside when they get the opportunity to interact with the outside world. Whatever happens inside the house, obviously, is going to manifest in different ways outside, because you never told them what's right in the inside, or how they're going to figure it out on the outside. So they just become huge a-holes when they grow up, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I have a very curious question for both of you. It's a question I always want to ask this. What if your daughter ends up being a hoe, and what if your son ends up being a fuckboy?
Okay. So
shoot, man, yo, they're all the tough questions today, man. Shit.
Permission to actually edit your question.
Sure.
When you say the girl is a hoe, you mean does she sell her body for money?
No, that would actually be good for business. I'm talking about just like sleeping around with different
That was like, yo, if she's smart, she make money out of it.
Hey, bro, if she's selling her body, bro, hey, all for it. I respect the hustle.
They make money, like if they do a line of work, that's a line of work.
Hey, if you do this for free, fuck out of here with this shit, bro.
The world doesn't work like that.
Hell no.
Okay.
You better take advantage of capitalism, goddammit.
So that's a difficult question for me to unpack, because either way they should be treated the same.
What I'm saying is, if your boy was a fuckboy, so if she did the same thing as a dude,
like we're just talking about the same action, but whether it's a boy
exactly,
same then.
Nah, I don't agree on that at all.
Okay.
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay, close off and you can rebuttal.
Tell me. Go ahead, Phil. I didn't know you were done. Tell me. It's okay. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
The thing is, that's just a way they act, or rather, it's a choice of their lifestyle. That's like on them in a way. Like they've chosen to do this. I will treat them the same way, because they're not necessarily impacted by other people different ways. The difference is that boys tend to get away with being fuckboy. Like they're not shamed.
It's not a stigma. It's not a bad thing for
stigmatizes fuckboys.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, a little bit more, but
like
there's a reason.
And either we should, or we should unstigmatize girls for doing the same thing, and that's unfair that it's not. Okay. So either way, I'd have to treat them the same way.
Agreed.
But tell them that people will act differently towards them.
Okay. How about you, Miss Sarah?
Sarah?
What's your
I'm sort of I may look like someone with like who's
a hypocrite.
Yeah, like I might look like that, but
your point.
That's fine. What's your point?
Point for as long as you want.
Like it's just me being honest. I think I'd be more mad at my daughter if she ends
Okay.
up doing that than my son,
Okay.
because um, I feel like because of what I went through, because how I experienced it, it's gonna come back to me. I'll be like, well, me when I was a kid, I was a wild monkey. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I was unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing:
Just call yourself a
I
monkey.
was a dude. You know what I'm
Just-
saying?
You just
I
call
was a
yourself a
dude.
monkey.
Huh?
You just call yourself a monkey.
Yes, sir. I am low key on the inside. I am. Um,
Okay.
so if I was like, if I would see it differently, because I feel like when I see my daughter, I see a flower.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see like something like beautiful, like something that I'm proud of. I brought her up to be this the wonderful person that she will be,
Mhm.
if I ever become a father. But when it comes to my son, I'm like, you know what? He's just horsing around. You know what I'm saying? He's just going around. You know what I'm saying? Just experimenting. But like when it comes to my, I don't know why I'm having a hard time explaining it.
It's a perception that society creates. It's a sort of
I'm having I'm really having a hard time explaining it.
a sense of
Okay.
idolizing. It's a sense of idolizing females in terms of
Right.
character.
I think if I can rebuttal, but
But I'll still be mad. I'll still be mad at both of them.
yeah.
If that will save my situation right now. Like,
Okay, it's fine.
listen, if that will save my sorry ass opinion right now, I'll say this.
The jury
I'll
will
say this.
debate.
I will, of course, I will be mad at both
Get
of
him,
them. Like,
comments. Get him.
Get 'em.
like I will be mad at both of them. Trust me. Like this is not
That's
even a
fair.
debate.
That's
But I
fine,
think
that's
like
fine.
the level of anger would be more towards
Okay, yeah,
my daughter
I
than my son.
understand where you're coming from. If I can rebuttal,
yeah.
Go ahead, yeah, for sure.
the thing is, I feel like that stems from this, like Daryl said, an idealization of women as having value because of their virginity, and equating that with purity. And that's like an old like instilled idea, which that's why like I know that you're that this idea that you have is, it's not just you, like a lot of people have that view as well.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's not loving women for women, but loving them for their virginity, so that you can, like, as a male, take their virginity or have the virginity be the one time, the one thing, and that purity has to be like conserved. And if they horse around, it's not okay. But if a guy does it,
Damn, man, Philip is really making me look bad right now. Fuck.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But the thing
I'm
is,
just trying to have a debate. I'm sorry.
no. But the thing is though,
I was like, look at this a-hole saying some bullshit.
It's okay.
But the thing is,
Oh,
I
shit.
agree with both of you, because I see both ways, right? So
Yeah.
so my thing is sort of, it's first of all, putting that ideology or that sort of idolizing factor onto women is like, it's mad stress for them to keep up to that stuff,
Right.
right? But it also devalues the guy, as in like, you could just fucking you're just a dirt monkey, you're dirty anyway. Don't give a
A
shit
wild
about you.
monkey like me.
Yeah, you're just dirty anyways. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Whereas these people, you should be idolizing them and you should respect them.
Yeah, well, it's both bad for girls and bad for boys, because boys also are devalued.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I think in terms of like, that's why it's a lot harder for like relationships nowadays to be, well, now it's getting a little better, but
Getting better.
It's hard for relationships to be equal on equal footing.
Yeah.
Because like one idolizes the other, and so the other one, it's
Yeah.
always a power dynamic, and one person has usually the girl has all the power, and so that's why the dude ends up being completely fucking neglected or just
And
thrown
it's
around.
also why the dude often is the one that cheats, because the dude is encouraged to, or rather not discouraged as much, to horse around and to weigh his options somewhere else. So then it paints a stigma that all guys are cheaters, because then all guys are blamed for horsing around while girls just can't. So then they are devalued in that sense. So it creates gaps where both lose some of their humanity.
But granted though, when I was younger, I thought about it as well, because it was like a sort of, it's a global thing to think that, these women are a lot, they're built this way, that these sort of virgins are like, are the ones you want to go for, and the ones who aren't are just,
Yeah, it's true.
are
What the
little
fuck?
hoes. You know what I'm saying? You call them thoughts and shit.
Everyone.
Yo,
just
we call
wants
them
to be a
nasty
virgin.
names, man. I feel
So-
bad, bro.
So ultimately, like when you in hindsight, you're like looking at it, you're like, oh well. When you think about it, and you putting yourself in their shoes, you're kind of like, oh, are you kind of restricting their movements? And
Mhm.
so ultimately, you're blaming them for something that they didn't have power over back in
Right.
wasn't thinking about it. So it's kind of like unfair to be like, oh, you're a fucking asshole. You slept with like 30 people. Well, I only slept with like 10, so you're a hoe. It's like,
Huh.
bro,
Oh, like they're comparing like body
yeah,
counts
they're
and
calling
stuff.
body
and
counts, and you're like,
Oh, yeah,
say
body
which one is worse.
I feel like yo, like would you imagine like you're just like it's like an ego thing as well. It's a very big ego thing, especially us guys like really like, oh, we want to
Yeah.
be dominators. So we're like, oh, having someone be more experienced than us, it's like uncalled for. What the fuck? But then when you think about it, it's like, hey, yo, it could be beneficial for both parties, because then you
Yeah.
can learn from someone else, and it's like
Definitely.
so that's why I was like, over the years, I was reflecting, I'm like, you know what? I don't really give a shit. It's more the person and how they conduct themselves that now, as opposed to before, that really matters in terms
So
of.
you're telling me, wait a second. So you're telling me if you meet up with a girl, right? And let's just say that she lies about her body count, like completely off. Like you ask her, like, yo, how, like,
Four,
like
and there's a 400.
yeah, like something like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that like trigger a sort of like
Well,
blech sensation inside of you? Come on,
But a
like
guy can do
Well,
that.
first of all,
I'll be
check-
honest, it would me, for example.
Okay, first of all, me, the blah moment you'd say is when she's lying. That's that.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. It's not
It's-
because
it's
But they're always lying. If you
No, no, I'm
if you
saying-
want me to be honest with you,
No, I know.
100% of the girls are lying about
Yeah,
their body
girl-
count,
gr-
and I
girls
can
drop-
prove it to you.
Girls
I
drop
can
and us
prove
we,
it.
us we go up. Guys go up, girls go down. That's if I
Yeah,
tell it.
I can prove it to you. I
But-
can prove it to you, bro.
But that's the thing, though. For me, I don't know. For me, it's the
give me the
love of
equation
honesty.
for Sarah.
It's
Huh? Bro, look, I got my pen right here, but I'm about to
Yes.
write you the parabola of that
Yes.
bitch.
I'll
Give me
show
that
you the
Equation of
diagram.
parabola.
I'll show you the diagram.
Yo, I'm showing the Pythagorean theorem to prove
I
that
don't know-
all
I don't know. For me-
goes to about body counts.
I don't know. For me, it's the honesty part. Like for me, like
Yeah.
if you lie about it, it's just like, oh, what else can you be lying about?
Mm.
You know,
It's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
slippery slope of like, oh, you could lie about this, so you could be lying about this, and then it generally affects the trust, but it's not like Daryl's saying, it's not about the body count itself, because if the roles were switched and it was a guy, and
It
I
wouldn't
was,
matter at all, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll be
but
like,
that's the thing, that's unfair.
yeah.
It is. It is pretty
Because,
unfair.
like, that guy could definitely be like seeing another girl too.
To be fair, though, like, if the person has 400, I'm curious how the fuck you end up with that fucking number. Hey,
How
bro,
much
I
time
haven't
you
met
spend-
400 motherfuckers in 3 years combined. How the
That's
fuck does
why
that
it would
work?
trigger me, though. That's exactly the reason why I brought it up, is because for me it would change
you see them.
my
How you see them.
opinion about that person,
Okay.
because
Right.
could you imagine like you're dating a chick like for years and she's been telling you, oh no, like I've only been with like 5 dudes. Next thing you know, you find out she's been with 50.
Well, that's the thing, though.
That might. Oh.
But what's worse, though, is the fact that she
It's
didn't
the
trust
fact
you in
that
the
she lied
beginning.
for many years.
But
Imagine
if,
if the dude
but if
tells
that's the case, if the number doesn't matter, right? If we're saying like, oh, it doesn't matter if it's fair for both, right?
as long as it's fair for both. That's
So you're telling me, so okay, all right.
Well, think about
Honest question. I'm gonna
okay.
ask both of you right now.
Buzzy.
Okay. If the number of body counts in both parties are the same,
Yeah.
right? But you know that she lied in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. So if she tells you like your body count is 50 as well, and she just shows up and she says also her body count is 50, what'd you do? Would you walk?
Why? Why would you?
If both of them are the same and she didn't lie, or
Yeah, she did lie. She said
Why
it was
before?
5, but it was actually 50, and you knew
Well, then
about
it's
it.
not because of the body count.
Yeah, it's
she
because
lied.
she's lied. Yeah.
For real? I would say both, man. I would leave her ass because she lied, and I would leave her
Oh
because
well,
she's
yeah, I'll
50.
never ask. Period. Who gives a fuck? Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Bitch lied to
but
you.
In the end, it's because of the lie.
Nah, me would be.
But it wouldn't. But the 50 body count wouldn't play any role
No.
in it.
No, because you
say?
also have a 50 body count.
Yeah, so you can't really judge.
You don't feel like it's
You
different.
have
Though?
no right to judge.
Yeah.
No,
But you
none.
don't feel like it's different though, like between
No.
like dudes and chicks.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like, I feel like
I happened to slip on bananas and I hit fucking 50 motherfuckers consecutively. Whereas she was like, I want 50
Right,
motherfuckers.
right.
It's
but
like-
listen.
Yo,
All I'm gonna
she
say,
goes.
all I'm gonna say, opening legs are much easier than you thrusting. So
you thrusted. Your thing is literally out. Like all you have to do is walk. Like, that's legit. You put onion rings on a motherfucker, bro.
Hey man, hey,
You
onions.
can pass by KFC and get a couple done.
Yo, put onion rings on the motherfucker. You count how long that shit could be, bro. And you start swinging around, doing some dance moves with it.
Doing the little dancey dance, you know.
But the thing is, like, I don't know, like, because if you think about it, when you're 30, motherfuckers' body counts go high by the year, right? So by the time you're 30, their body counts are probably gonna hit like 50 or 500. It's like it's not gonna be like it's rare you'll find someone who has like 3.
Close to 3 digits.
So yeah. So by then, like, why does it matter? So if ultimately, what would granted, if they had like you don't know what happened to them like psychologically, maybe they went through something horrible.
Yeah, obviously it
And they
depends
went
on the situation. I'm not being like
No,
a
I'm saying-
complete a-hole here. Like
I'm saying, but
trying,
like,
trying to
like,
mediate the situation because I'm in the hot water right now because of you two.
No,
all right?
it's fine. It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, Misara. We love you,
Chill,
man.
bro.
I-
Nobody
I-
gonna knock on my door in like
Hey,
5 minutes.
Hey, what'd you say, cuz? What'd you say?
Somebody
You have
gonna
a
knock on my
mob. You
door
have a
in
mob
5
of people
minutes,
just
bro.
like, what the fuck?
An angry mob.
I'm gonna get sucker punched in about 5 minutes.
But no, but yeah, I was thinking like,
We'll
Oh
fight.
shit.
but yeah, I was thinking like, what, like, say for example, you go out with this girl who has like a 7,500 body counts, and then
Mhm.
turns out she was raped as a kid, but she's a very nice person. Like she's very like she has all of the qualifying factors of a significant other that you want. She's loyal. She's honest. She cares about you. You know, she's hardworking. She does what she's like the
It-
ideology. The only
Yeah.
thing that's different, that's not part of your expectation, is her body count. Like, would you throw that all away for a number,
Yeah,
No.
that's
or would you?
That's
Well,
pretty
exactly.
yes.
No.
So like, if
'cause-
you think about it, it's like
It depends on the situation as well. Like if that's the situation, then obviously like I wouldn't be such a savage, you know. Like I'd understand.
21 Savage.
I don't
Come
want
on,
to put
come
you
on.
in more hot water, Misara.
I'm already boiling.
Hello, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Oh, it's going to be a surgical summer. Okay. So Daryl's going to lock the doors.
Yeah, because he's making sure that nobody sees this murder on webcam, eliminating all the eyewitnesses.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
But like what I meant to say is like, it's not because I'm a judgmental person. I'm not. I feel like I'm the least judgmental person that I know. Well, just put it that way. Like I'm very like I'm very open minded. I'm very down to earth when it comes to these things because I live in a very modern society. I had the privilege to live in a country where people aren't shamed for their views or their opinions, and I'm very fortunate for that. And they gave me the opportunity to have a sort of different lens on things, and I do feel for both parties when it comes to very difficult situations like this. But if the person has like history of abuse and stuff, and it's because of that they went down the wrong path and whatever, went down the wrong road, and then obviously I will be more sympathetical towards that situation. But I'm not
Right.
applying my standard with all the cases and scenarios.
Right,
Like,
right,
it differs. It does differ. Like if for example, like the girl that I'm like, for example, dating has no prior trauma. Like she has like no
pride. Check her chart list. You have a trauma. Yeah.
No, but like, if she like based on what she told me, for example, you know,
Okay,
like
yeah.
based on like if she didn't tell me anything, like I would assume that nothing happened, right? Well, wouldn't you assume the same? Because obviously, if something happened, she would have said something, right?
You never know.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
it is very
especially those touchy subjects. They won't be saying that on the first date.
You don't
True.
start the conversation with "I have trauma."
Yeah.
You know?
Or And like you're having you're having a nice
like
coffee.
you're at Starbucks and you're having
Yeah.
the first cup of Joe together, and she's like,
Oh, I have trauma real quick.
by the way,
I was just thinking about it. I started laughing. I was thinking about like sitting up on a chair. And the first thing she says, like, "Oh, I have trauma."
I have blood force trauma.
Yo, the first thing I'd say is it like head trauma? Is it?
I got blood force trauma. I got blood force
Is it leg trauma? Arm trauma? Heart trauma? I don't know.
Jesus, man.
Oh man, that was funny.
But yeah, I have a question for you all. Do you, what is it that you guys actually look for in a significant other in terms of like
kinship?
Curves.
Okay, that's like really
fat ass.
Now you're just digging yourself underground now. You're just digging yourself
Sarah, you're reaching levels that no one's ever done.
You're reaching the magma, man. You're reaching the magma, bro.
I'll tell you what though, for all the BBWs out there, man. My IG is gonna be in the description below.
Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, but no, like in terms of
fine for your personal taste. I went in another.
So hold on. Longevity wise, you're gonna tell me that the only thing that matters is the curves.
No, of course not. It's gonna sag at some point. You gotta have something inside her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh!
You can't just base like what you look.
Holy
I'm in that phase, man. Hey, no judgments, right?
Hey, to be fair though, I had too many fucking phases in my life. I went from like skinny girls to muscular girls to BBWs to everything, bro. No, trust. Girls. Yeah, yo, girls were like Ronda Rousey, bro. Fuck, that shit used to be like, oh, she's fucking hot, bro. Yo, like muscle motherfuckers.
I mean, what you trying to say is that you'd rather date a chick that's better built than you in it?
No, it's a chick that'll strive to be built like her. It's like a motivational factor.
Oh man, yo, bro, you should. I would never date a girl that's physically stronger than me.
You know why?
That shit will not happen.
Why not?
Bro,
could
you imagine being dominated? Okay, listen. I would accept. I would accept if she's smarter.
Hey, yo, and once you imagine she's low key like, she's like One Punch Man, like hella normal skinny, and then she's bow, fucking arm wrestles.
Oh, Miss Sarah, I think I found your weak point. Okay, so let's say she's stronger than you, but she doesn't look it. She doesn't.
She ain't on a JB song with you.
Like she's perfect in everything. She's a 10, and she does not look muscular, but physically she is. She can outlift you by far.
And I will pack my bag so quick and disappear.
I'll tell you how Miss Sarah will be.
I'll
tell you Miss Sarah will be. She'll be like, she's stronger than me, faster than me.
Bro, could you imagine? I'm the one that's gonna ask her to open the jar, bro. Hell no, bro. That's not happening.
You have to be stronger, so you need to dominate physically.
But let's just say that if I'm not able to be stronger physically, then I give up. But if I'm able to, obviously I'm going to see it as a challenge and dominate that shit.
Okay.
For me, but do you see only domination as physical? Because for me, I dominate. Like if I dominate her psychologically,
no, mentally too. Both.
If I beat her psychologically, which I'll probably just fucking eradicate everybody.
We're talking about personal taste, not what we think should be for everyone, right?
Yeah. Personal taste.
Okay.
We can't speak for the whole world, obviously.
Like the lobster was boiling on the side, but it was about to.
There was like playing chess games with
but that's the thing,
chicks
though.
nowadays, isn't it?
No, but the thing is, because a lot of people nowadays, especially like when they date, they like to play games, right? They like to push pull, like play hard to get, but not really, it's like So like for me, the fucking ironic thing about it is, I enjoy mind games, but when I play, I aim to win. So like for me, winning is not getting them. For me, winning is actually winning. So that's why like it's really like not like for me the dating scene right now is just too like not like serious. Like it's just people just trying to fucking play games and feel each other out and see what the market is. It's like it's not. That's why like for me it's not like I'm not into this shit right now. Like it's so in terms of like that's why dominating psychologically or physically, like I don't care if she dominates me physically, but like psychologically, bro, like it's gonna be really hard.
Hey man, I'm telling you this though, out of experience.
I'm a sadist.
I'm an experience. Out of the stories that I hear every single day about dudes dating those like bulky ass, like very strong, muscular girls, I'm telling you, you would not like it if you get thrown around in the bedroom. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, you ever wrestled?
Huh?
You ever wrestled?
Yeah.
In
Me
bed?
So, yeah,
picking up and throwing them. That's
yeah,
how
but,
it usually is.
Yeah, but when you get thrown around, you ever try that shit?
Bro, my ass is not flying. How many times I gotta tell you, bro? My ass is not flying nowhere.
Yo, I watching the future Mr. ends up with a girl just fucking throws his ass across the room, bro.
I cannot wait.
Like a pillow, bro.
I will fucking write help on my forehead so you guys take the hint and save me.
She choke slams you down the fucking couch. She goes through the wall.
Bro, honestly, here's the thing. Some girls know how to wrestle. Like they know like arts. They know like jujitsu. They know.
But that's what I'm saying. What would you do? Because
I would take classes, bro. I would try to edge up. I try to like find that like lock so I can win.
You have to be taking those classes when Miss Sarah's out there, man.
Jesus Christ. Fuck it, hell, man.
Shit, bro. I gotta know jiu-jitsu, kung fu, karate, taekwondo, bro. Everything so I can keep up, man.
He's gonna go through the military just because his girlfriend whooped his ass once or twice.
Exactly.
Fam, we're having a fucking Hokage battle, bro, because of because of bullshit. Bro.
You're gonna arrive in the bedroom.
Listen, I got if I have to learn taijutsu to be able to keep up, I will.
Jesus, man.
I will not be on the bottom. Hell no.
That's what Rocky was training for.
Exactly. Right. I've been training for this moment. I'm gonna beat my girlfriend.
Oh my god.
That's
okay.
horrible.
Before we go into incriminating territory, self-incriminating territory, let's. What is the weirdest thing that you guys have done to attract a crush? I know what you've done, Miss Sarah. So don't lie, motherfucker.
Shit.
Don't lie.
Shit. Oh man, I can't run away from that question. Shit. Hey man, since I don't have the charisma to say what it is. I want you to say, bro.
Your bravery.
Yep.
Miss Sarah was fucking simping for a girl. He would it's like stalking, bro. It's like always 24/7 stuck to her ass like fucking glue, man. Jesus, man. I like how even like when they weren't together, like it was sort of like if the other guy went up to her, he was like, "Yo, this motherfucker's an asshole. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him after class."
Bro, I was saying that to Daryl. I was saying, listen, back in high school, it was like the funniest shit. We were trying to find our prom dates, right? We were trying to like ask around, like all the girls, be like, "Hey, you want to go to prom with me, whatever?" And I went up to this girl. Fuck, I forgot her name.
Don't matter.
I had like a crush on for like ages, bro.
Don't matter.
And I wanted to ask her out so she could go to prom with me. At the end, she said no. I went alone.
Clearly, she wasn't that important because she forgot her fucking name,
dude. But now I forgot because like it's been a long time, bro. But like,
well, I still remember.
I was sitting. Yo, I know you do. I was sitting next to Daryl because it was hilarious. That's all you remember. I was sitting next to Daryl and I was telling him, "Yo, bro, look at that guy, boy. He's talking to my prom date now. I'll fuck him up right now."
Jeez. You know the worst part about it because he was so easy to play around with that everyone would just fuck around and say, "Yo, he was talking shit to you. He was talking shit to you."
Oh,
what? What'd you say? Oh,
yo, I'll fuck him up. But you know what the problem is? Every time I got into a fight, the thing that instigated it, 90% of the time wasn't true. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, because we're all fucking around with you.
And like exactly. And whatever like they told me happened, didn't happen. And they would just like sit back and watch the show, you know what I'm saying?
That's really worrisome for you.
I know. I thought he was really naive back in the day.
I was gullible too.
And violent.
Bro, nah, like yo, we dished his ass so many times in the bus, it's unbelievable. Remember that time?
On the last day.
Remember that time, bro?
The last day, you guys ditched me. Like you guys took the 80 and you guys dipped.
And your brother was in the next stop. He came in and he killed your ass.
Wow.
Yo, and he called me. He's like, "Yo, bro, your friends ditched you, and I'm on the bus with them live."
Oh my gosh, man.
But it was funny though.
Granted, it was low key bullying, but it was
yeah, true. Yeah.
But what about you? What was the weirdest thing you've done?
Nothing really. I'm really honest with my crushes. I tell them or I don't, and then I invite them to go somewhere and we go. You know, it's
I don't know. In high school, it wasn't like a lot of the people were just very, very.
Oh, high school, I did not care enough to pursue.
Oh, that's
High
why.
school me did not care enough. I was in my books. I was focused. I was laser focused on my studies. I was laser focused on like my piano recitals, on all that stuff. Like I had no mind for most of high school for like, not that I didn't have like crushes on girls, but like I that was secondary. Like that was just for
Damn.
my mind to wander
Yeah,
off.
no,
I'm
puberty-
impressed.
No,
I'm
puber-
impressed.
pu-
Chasing the
puberty hit
cat
me.
was usually the first primary thing
Yeah, puberty
back
hit me
in high
hard, bro.
school.
It's bullshit.
Oh yeah, bro.
I was
So-
in my books, man. I was a total nerd. Like I think I got made fun of a bit for it, but that's all right. Like
Yeah.
I stuck to my guns throughout high school. It's in Sejep where I started like pursuing.
I'm the complete opposite of Phil, man. Like I was sitting in class wondering like, damn man, whose chick I'm gonna hit, bro. Like I was in class, bro, and I was like, yo, bro, this chick looks like she can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, and I was like trying to like chat, you know, like and this is the reason I'll tell you this though. And this is the reason, like every time like during lunchtime, like Daryl knows, like I go to the gym and I like work out for like 45 minutes and I come back and I meet them like right before the bell rings.
Yeah.
So every time like I get out of the gym, like I walk out like all puffed up and stuff, and I walk up and I was like, I come back to the like the little like area, like what do you call that?
Like yeah,
It's like near the lockers and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like near the lockers and stuff. We had like French right after, and like I'd walk around like, yo, shit, man. Yo, those dumbbells didn't lift themselves, bro. You know who did it? They're not just walking around. Like, oh man, it was really fun. Yeah. And I was just bouncing up and down like this, like right next to like the girl groups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and high school I was a pussy. I just fucking text him on Facebook and be like, hey, how's it going? That was the weirdest fucking thing ever.
I talk to them when they talk to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, because like I was in the random class, right? So I don't like not many people knew me. They knew of me, but they just didn't know me. So I just started talking.
One thing happened once. It's not like anything to write home about, but I remember. So this one time, I got like a grade I wasn't like proud of, and
A-.
that. Anyways, it's not like
got a 99. Shit.
it's not important. The point is I wanted like to get better. And there was this girl who was the best in class in that subject. So she tutored me for one lunchtime.
Sure.
And like I was like, oh, that's cool. Like she's smart and everything. And
Well played, sir.
Well played.
So in a way,
Well played, Phil.
I spent some time with her, but like it wasn't enough for me to pursue. I was still focused on studies first, right? And then we got our exams like a week after, and
You beat her.
I got 100%, and she got like 97.
Hold that L, bitch.
So anyways, I went up to her and I was like, oh, hey, what'd you get? And then like, I think she got like annoyed when she saw that I got 100. Anyways, I guess by going up to her, I blew my chance. I don't know.
Oh my god.
But anyways,
No, you should have. You know what I would have said? I would have said, "Yo, I'll teach you the rest of that 3%." There you go. I'll give you that
extra credit.
I'll give you that extra 3.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. Looking back at the people I had crushes on, I'm ashamed, bro. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yo, for real, man.
Nah, not really. I mean,
I was like, damn, bro, I was that low, man. Yo, I'll tell you what though. I had the complete wrong idea. I thought that if you chased too much, that it's like you're desperate. So you know what I did? I didn't chase at all. Nothing.
No.
I did nothing. I was expecting them to flock over.
Yeah, no.
Which is the biggest bullshit
That's movie magic. That's movie magic.
really?
Yeah, I thought like if I would like
I stopped like in Sejep is when I started like pursuing, right? Like like actually going up to them and being like, hey, you want to like go after class and do this?
Hey, DTF, real quick.
No, I was not like that. I was trying to date, not like get it on.
Yeah, makes sense. He's a good guy. It's Peter Parker.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said in the beginning, man. The first time I met Phil,
yeah,
I compared them to the Peter Parker. I don't know if you remember.
yeah. I remember that actually.
I,
Yeah,
I was at your house.
right?
Yeah. I was at your house and we were filming outside
Yeah.
in front of your house, and when I walked in your room and I saw like all your like stuff, all your collections and stuff, I was like, damn, this guy actually reminds me of Peter Parker. Like he has like this sort of
he aspires to be. He aspires to be Peter Parker. He even takes pictures for the Bugle. It's everything.
academic vibe, you know.
Thank you. Well, I've gotten that comparison often actually, so I take it to heart.
Please, as if you weren't trying to make it look.
Oh yeah, I mean you get it so much that you actively try to reinforce it. It's
I'm sort of Venom. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
I'm a reporter.
I'm a reporter that failed at the end, like with a 48, and I became Venom. I remember that shit.
You tore up your exam. All right,
I'm done.
Peter's the one that's getting called like bright, brilliant by all the teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like bright future, and I'm in the back like with a 40, with a 48, with a 49.
I'm done. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, but as I was saying, my experience when I started like looking in Cégep, I didn't find what I was looking for. I think I got too like into someone, and then I was like, why again? Like I felt like I got distracted by that. And then when I stopped looking, then I started getting like requests, and then I got a girlfriend. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like
Like
it always happens. I noticed that. I noticed like as soon as you
stop looking,
searching, as soon as you stop searching, that they come flocking over. Like,
yeah. You know what's funny though? I feel like because
damn, I haven't stopped searching then.
Obviously, because you know, women date up, right? So they date up the social hierarchy. So like it's funny how they idolize, like they find a guy more attractive when they have a girlfriend than when they're not with.
That's true. That is 100%. I agree.
I find that so weird because it's like
annoying.
It's like that weird like idea of like you want to have something that you can't have.
It's really annoying because then you're just trying to like have your relationship at this
point. And you
like,
want
okay, now I have a relationship. Perfect. I just gotta like be like.
And it's like, nah, bro. It's like all these motherfuckers.
Nah, bro. You gotta
come in.
Now you gotta pay attention to the other dudes that are hitting
on
your piece, bro. Yeah, that's.
All right.
Right away.
This has been a Speakeasy podcast. Let us know your opinions. We'll post every Wednesday.
Vote for me because you know it's true.
2020, fuck 2021. Let's get this year
Hopefully 2021 is gonna be better than last year. Hopefully things are gonna come back to normal, open up, so we can get back on that sort of
better
on that grind. Exactly. I wanted to just say something before we end this off. Phil brought up a very important point that we should all like consider, and is that this gives us the opportunity to look at the bigger picture. The fact that this happened gives us the opportunity to sit back and look and say, okay, where did I go wrong? Where are the parts that I need to improve? What are the things that I need to start doing so I can become a better person, you know? And I feel like people should be more giving. People should be more kind to each other, and people should appreciate the things that they consider normal to be not normal. Like consider something that's
to appreciate
it more. Exactly. Like we once didn't appreciate gyms being open, right? And look what happened. It closed because we didn't appreciate it enough. I feel like karma bit us in the rear end because we didn't appreciate life enough. And I think that 2021 should be the year we should thank you know, whoever, like if you believe in God, whatever. If thank whoever you feel like you believe in for all like the good things that we have in our lives and the blessings, and consider them blessings.
And with that note, it's been your boy, The Real Deal.
And Phil.
And I'm Sarah. What's up?
And stay lit, stay healthy. And we'll be back for another episode next Wednesday. Pieces.
I was gonna say see you next year, but it's not gonna work no more.
It's done. I already did.